You'll love question 1.
Oh, okay.
How can we get hold of the Hope Together resources,
which
Rachel has mentioned today?
I do that every time. Every time I get too much into what we do. So basically we have a website. It's hopetogether.org.uk. Oh, look, there we are. Anyway, you can even see it on a slide. Hopetogether.org.uk. That's our website. We have a shop. These we can get down to £1.25 if you buy them sort of at 100. So if you buy them, which when you give them away to people, they think you've given them something at least $7.99. So that works well. And the Christmas one will be even cheaper. The Little Beautiful Christmas one. We always try, and what we're trying to do is resource you the best and cheapest way that we can, but with something that is beautiful and of value. So, and if you're not part of our e-news, this is if you want some inspiration on evangelism to drop in and inspire you, then join us. And if you do that today, you can pick up any resources from the table, which we've got on the other thing. You can have a Mark or a Sharing Jesus book. This is bite-sized inspiration from loads of different people that you can pop in the loo to make that a more inspirational moment. So if you join us today, please then come and either take away a Mark or a Sharing Jesus book or whatever you want. But that's where we are, and news comes out regularly, and then you can see all the different things that we're doing and getting into, and there'll be stories and things to inspire you.
Wonderful. And the other thing is we are hoping, all technology being available and working, to put the talk on YouTube. And I'll be writing to everybody with some more details on that. So actually, whilst I'm sure you could get invitation to 154 parishes, why not you play people the video as well? I think that could be really helpful. We can do something
all together.
Oh, we can do more things.
We can do something together.
Yes, we're going to do more regional events and dealer events. And you're not getting, well, there's 2 or 3 more. We'll take another 5 minutes.
Okay, no trouble.
Wow. I've lost my thread now. No, we are, so we will do that. And we've talked about actually modelling going out on the street, possibly. Mm-hmm. And I just echo, I took a bunch of people out. And they said, oh, no, we're going to knock on doors because everybody kind of hates us, and we're Christians and whatever. And, it's amazing. You knock on a door and you say, hi, I'm from the local church. I'll bring you an amazing thing or an invitation. Yeah. And can I perhaps pray for you? And it was extraordinary. People who only came out under sufferance, after a while, I had to pull them off doorsteps because they got into such deep sort of conversations. It was absolutely, absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. That's echoed at the moment right across. There's that old school knocking on doors. If you're the local church, people are delighted that you rocked up at the moment. Some won't be, but so many would be absolutely thrilled that you've come to offer prayer, to invite. Let's invite everyone for Christmas. And we're doing in some areas, so where they're changing this and making it localised, they're going around all the doors with it, inviting people along and offering them a copy of, in Nottingham and Beeston, there'll be a Beeston Bible. They're doing this in an area of Coventry. We're looking at it in other places. So just like, hey, if you haven't got but we'd love you to read a life of Jesus. It's a free gift, and what can we pray for you?
And that really is superb. It's got a sort of production values of a contemporary book. Yes. Which, of course, the gospel is.
Of course.
So, people will go home and they'll go back to the sort of PCC and they'll say, what was this conference like? And they'll say, oh, there was this Rachel. Oh, she's just really very lively and lots of stuff. Right, so the secretary will go, lots of stuff. So, what do we do next? Take a sort of typical parish sort of context. There's so many ideas. And there'll be some people who have that natural gifting. There'll be some people who are actually terrified of the whole thing. There'll be some who will discover that actually we are created in the image of God, who is a relational God, who wants to draw people into his kingdom, and they'll find fulfillment like they've never known before once they start and get into the water. But what does a plan look like? Give us, lots of parish secretaries ready to take notes.
So I'm going to say 3 things. Number 1 is how many of you have got like a worship team in your church? A group of people who kind of make sure and curate worship in whatever style or function going. I wonder how many people have got like something like a children and families. It may be one person, or it may be a whole team and somebody who kind of oversees and makes sure we do something for children and families. Yeah, that's quite normal. I was with one, anyway, it was a denomination where I was expecting a whole sort of group of leaders, and I asked them, and there was only one church with an evangelism team. I was like, oh, something's dropped off the boil. So it's really simple. Have an evangelism team or an evangelism person. It might be that you start it. That doesn't mean just so that basically we don't expect the worship team to do all the worship. We expect them to lead us in worship. We don't expect the children and families team to be the only people involved, but they take a level of responsibility. Do you know what? The church in the UK, we just dropped evangelism teams. I don't know when we dropped them. They went so out of fashion. So let's bring them back into fashion. So just because what happens is when somebody says, yeah, do you know, it was actually Tom's when it was there. This person, some people came forward crying, going, this used to be my thing. And I just stopped, and I don't know why I stopped, and then I got, I don't know, given something else to do, and then that's what I've been doing, but the fit isn't, this is my thing. So finding out if there's somebody in your church for whom it's their thing, and then giving them permission to keep on nagging, you know, a bit like the worship people, you know, that's their gift, this is their, you know, oh, well, that's great, but why don't we do trick or treat? You know, we can make sure we put some boxes of these at the back of our church and everyone. So give someone the responsibility in your church, either a team or a person, that they begin to, that you're backing and they're behind, but they bring it up. Oh, what are we doing for Christmas? And then tweak what you've got. So number one, get somebody responsible or create a team. Number two, tweak what you've already got. So this is simple. So start simple. Trick or treat, or Mark's Gospels in an open church, or making sure you've got something for everybody, something for everyone who comes to your Christmas services, and a clear invite back if you're going to run Alpha or whatever it is that you're going to do. You could do a Discovery Bible course, which is so simple, with the gift gospel that you're giving out. Call it a book club, because people don't know what Discovery Bible course is, by the way. So you just call it a book club on the book that you've given. And then, because that's quite straightforward in a normal world, we're going to run a book club on this book from the Bible. Great. Yeah, I know what book club is. So go away and read the book, and then we'll have a book club conversation on it. Wow. That's not that, but it's something familiar to them. So that would be good. And then the third thing is, once you've got your evangelism team, let's see how far they're willing to go. But back them. If they go, you know, because actually it is a time to go. I've had amazing stories from door to door, amazing stories from being on the street. So there's kind of 3 tiers. One, make sure somebody in your church is carrying this torch. Do you know what? If you're the church leader, sometimes you're going to be a little bit snowed under, and it could, strangely enough, drop off the agenda. So, you know, get it on the agenda. Number 2, tweak the things that you've got. Yeah. Make sure that the obvious moments, there's a next step for people. Number 3, take some people on a further, because what happens is the stories come back. The people who come to faith start to infiltrate. That's always exciting. Going, well, why aren't more of us doing this? Do you see? So you're starting to create a culture that changes a culture.
And sharing those stories in church.
Yes, sharing those stories in church.
Yes.
So, you know, there's nothing like watching someone get baptized who was reached by some of this evangelism. That is going to make everybody go, I want to be a part of this. I want to see more of this. I want to hear more of it. And the Talking Jesus course is a really good tool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just a really good tool.